Hi everybody, it's Marleigh, Levi, and Batman. Dogs are actually in here right now, they're downstairs, but we're all, I think the three of us were like a little trifecta, so I feel like I always need to introduce them. So I just wanted to give an update on today, what we did today. I took Batman and we went to Dallas to meet a friend of ours and her service dog, and we went to the mall. It ended up being a really bad flare day for both my friend and I. We have a couple of different diagnoses. We have some that overlap. And I don't know, I had a really hard day at work yesterday. We had 2 people call in, so I was up on my feet a lot, didn't get to sit down a lot, didn't get to eat a lot. And I didn't really feel very awesome last night. So I'm not sure if it was just all of that rolling over to today. The fact that I haven't been sleeping well, like I don't know what it was. Or if it was just a random flare. I don't know what the deal was, but it was definitely one of those days where I could not have gone out and done the things I wanted to do if I hadn't had my dog with me. I was getting winded and having difficulty just walking around my house trying to get ready, much less, we were at the mall for several hours, much less doing all that. I couldn't have done it. I held onto his handle the entire time for balance and for help pulling me forward and, all that different kind of stuff. My PTSD and my dissociation were bad as well today. I got overwhelmed a lot more easily. I had to take several breaks to sit down with him and kind of calm myself down. Another weird thing, I don't know if this also happens to some of y'all with POTS, but elevators. About 8 months ago, I got to where I can't ride elevators. I can ride them, but they make me very dizzy. Some elevators are worse than others, and at the particular mall that we were at, these were a bear. Like, I dreaded getting onto them because they made me feel awful. Even holding on to Batman with one hand and holding on to the railing with the other. One time, because we were trying to film it for my friend's public access test for her dog, I actually stumbled backwards and almost fell. And it was just, I got off. Whenever I got off, it took me 5 or 10 minutes of standing there, leaning over onto my dog before I felt like the floor wasn't moving anymore. And before I could actually stand upright without stumbling backwards and having to grab his handle and steady myself. Like I couldn't even, it felt like my eyeballs were rolling around in my head and everything was just like, was moving before I could even walk straight in a straight line. It was awful. Stairs, we were playing with the pulse ox. It's one of those things when you're have a chronic illness, you have to kind of find a humor in it. You have to sort of have fun with it, or you're just gonna break down and cry. So we decided to, we had to climb stairs anyway. So we were like, well, let's, use our pulse ox and see like how high our heart rates go and, what they do after we stop climbing and everything like that. So first flight of stairs walking up with the assistance of the railing and my service dog, I hit 155. And, it's funny to compare notes because, Lexi tends to get bradycardic as well, so, she'll go up and then down and then up and then down, and it's just, it's fun to, like, sit there and watch what it's trying to reorganize itself. So yeah, we were both very winded and dizzy when we got to the top of the stairs, and I went to reach for the railing, and I completely missed it. Like, I was disoriented to the point that I, like, didn't even know where the railing was, and we were just, cackling, and I'm sure everyone thought we were completely insane. But it was fun. It was a humor that you have to have with it, when this is like an everyday thing. We walked around a lot. I actually got to the point cognitively where I couldn't even, those mall, maps that they have up, it even had like a sticker that said, "You are here," and it showed, and I kept asking her, I was like, but are we facing this way or that way? Like, I don't understand. Like, I just couldn't even, and I mean, it's a very simple map. Like, it's not like a road map. It's like, here's the blocks and here's all the stores. Like, I couldn't even make sense of it. I finally just said, like, I'm just gonna have to follow you because I don't know. My sense of direction was completely gone. Like, I couldn't even sit here and say, okay, there's this store. I see this one across from, no, like, it was gone. Couldn't read that map. Couldn't figure out where I was. So I was just like, I'm just gonna have to follow you because I am disoriented enough that I can't even do this. I kept having to ask her to repeat things, especially if it was a relatively long sentence. I would just kind of stare at her, and all the words would just, like, jumble, and I would have to ask her I would just look at her and go, wait, what? Say that again, because I just couldn't, like, my brain just couldn't process it. So yeah, it was just a bad health day on all accounts for both of us today. And I've heard other friends, Swoonie friends of mine, that said the same thing about today. So I don't know what it was with today. But yeah, it was a flare day, and I am just so exhausted. Like, my whole body, I'm sleepy, my body's exhausted, and I just feel like I'm gonna crash. Which I probably will. But I was so thankful to have Batman today. I think when you have invisible disabilities, especially ones that are better on some days and not others, and especially with psychiatric service dogs, if that's all you have them for, it's just like something psychiatric, it's easy to question whether you really need them. Especially because when you get used to using the dog, like this was what I remember from before I had the medical issues and it was just my PTSD, I got so used to using Levi that things were better when he was there, obviously because I was utilizing him and that was just like how it's supposed to. He made things better. That I forgot how bad it was before him. So I got to, I would worry and I would stress and say like, well, do I really need him? Like, is this, am I like being legitimate about this? And so when I have days like today, it definitely solidifies that no, I do need my dog. I use my dog. Today he was the difference between me sitting at home by myself and getting out and having a fun day with a friend. And that makes all the difference. I mean, service dogs can literally save lives. For people, to alert people with diabetes or epilepsy, to make sure someone who's blind does not walk out into traffic. But they save our lives in other ways too, because they give us a life to live. They allow us to feel normal, to go do things normal people do, to hang out with friends, to go to the movies, to go to the mall, things that we couldn't do on our own. And that is completely priceless. To get to feel normal, to get to feel like a human being for just a little while, to be able to forget about the blood tests and the medications and the symptoms, which is also why I like hanging out with other Spoonies, because they understand it's not a burden on anybody when we have to sit down and rest. We sit down and rest together, and they just get it. So it's days like this, as much as it sucks health-wise, are good, because they really make you appreciate your dog and how much they do for you. I contacted the girl that I got him from today and told her that, because I know it was really hard for her to give him up. And I told her, I was like, look, I would not have been able to go out and do anything today if it wasn't for him and his help that he gave me. And he's still very much in training. So he's not even really tasking a whole lot yet. He knows a couple, but as far as like the retrieval and a lot of that stuff, he doesn't even do that yet. But him just being there for mobility support to help calm me when I got too stimulated, and just those things was, again, it was the difference between having to, I wouldn't have made it 10 minutes if it weren't for him, between all that stuff. So I got to have a life today. I got to enjoy some time with my friends that I wouldn't get to do otherwise, that I couldn't have done today otherwise. So I just think that's really important, and hopefully I can get some clips up. We did film a little bit of it, as far as like the elevator and stuff like that, so hopefully I can get some clips up, because I feel like it's really good for people to see, when they can, what invisible disabilities look like when we have flares, when we have issues. So I'm going to try to get as much of that as I can for you guys, so you can kind of see it. But yeah, I just wanted to update about our mall trip, and don't really have anything planned right now. Levi is insanely jealous. He hasn't gone out in a little while, so I'll probably take him out the next time I go do anything. But Lexi and I try to hang out as often as we can, because it's really fun, both of us take with the dogs going somewhere, and just, again, having that support. So hopefully we will do that soon. I will try. Again, this is my effort. I'm trying to make more videos for you guys. I'm trying to keep you guys updated on what's going on. So yeah, I'm attempting that. But always suggestions. I love suggestions. I want to know what you guys want to know. What questions you have and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just like, well, this is what we did today. But yeah, so just let me know below anything that you want to know about. And thanks for watching. Bye, guys.